Our world today is influenced by bits of history from the past. We don't realize it often, but most things around us stem from past culture and ideals. We'll be following the life of a normal teen to see how the Protestant Reformation and Italian Renaissance are still relevant today. This is Victoria. She is a sophomore who attends a private Christian school.
Obviously, going to a Christian school is a product of what Martin Luther did and what he believed was the role of Christian education. So started by Martin Luther, not an attempt to start new churches, but an attempt to reform the way that the Catholic Church was doing it. And so Martin Luther really just wanted to nail the 95 Theses to the church door as a discussion, like as a starter to a discussion about some of the things he was finding in the Bible that seemed to be contrary to some of the teachings of the Catholic Church. And obviously, when you've got such a patriarchal structure, it's very difficult to hear criticism, especially in such a public forum. And so Martin Luther starts the Reformation almost by accident, but it ends up being a great thing, obviously, for reform and for infusing church doctrine with more of the gospel and who God really is.
Without the ideas from the Reformation, many leaders of today could not have done what they did. In the modern day, kids all across the U.S. and the world are protesting for gun control after the shooting that took place in a Florida high school. They post about walkouts and awareness to Twitter where other students, like Victoria, are able to see the tweets. Her friends at Shepton actually participated in a walkout recently, and she was able to see everything that happened on Twitter.
You've got one Bible per city, and then when he invents the printing press, you've got the rapid typeset, whatever the mechanics of it are, but you can mass produce copies of the Bible or other literary works. And so, the ability to read doesn't hinge on, do you have books? Now books are readily available, especially scriptures, and so information just explodes because you're able to actually get it out to people, and they can have their own copies of the Bible, they can have their own copies of works, and news can spread and everything like that. So really revolutionized everything.
Victoria, like every other teenager, uses her phone for social media. Steve Jobs brought an innovative piece of technology, the iPhone. He started a trend of smartphones that was followed by other companies and is still continued today. The late CEO of Apple created a cell phone with the power of a computer. This opened a whole new world of apps like social media and the news. You can do or find anything at your fingertips. Anyone with this powerful technology to communicate with each other. It's become so easy to spread information and discuss ideas or controversies. People are connected across the globe in seconds. Leaders can easily stay connected with their supporters, especially through social media. Johann Gutenberg and Steve Jobs have greatly impacted our world and improved the spread of ideas and information.
One of the greatest artists of the Renaissance comes up with probably what is maybe the most recognizable painting today, which is the Mona Lisa. Probably more well known, not for the reasons why it maybe should be well known, but known for other things. I know that he used to study bodies, that he would go into the morgues, and in order to make his art more realistic, he took great risk to do so. And he was a Renaissance man, right? This is probably where the expression comes from, but the idea that he was an inventor and a writer, that he would keep journals of all of his notes, but that he was constantly trying not only art, but different aspects of ways to improve life and science as well.
Victoria is intrigued by Elon Musk's Falcon 9 that recently went into space and decided to do some research on it. Elon Musk, the mastermind behind SpaceX and Tesla, relates to Leonardo da Vinci. At age 12, Musk taught himself to computer programming and created his own video game. Da Vinci educated himself in many subjects when he was a child just as well. Just as Da Vinci was questioned for his ideas and decisions, Musk received no support when he first launched SpaceX, using his own money to support the company. Now SpaceX thrives with Musk's goal to commercialize space travel. Da Vinci was not supported by many others of his time, but now many look up to him as a legend of the Renaissance. Both inventors have the trait to think beyond to help the human race in any way they can. Musk received the same skill set Da Vinci had, creating new things and ideas that are advanced than all others. Leonardo da Vinci had many ideas for many different technological advances, just as Musk works today to be the Da Vinci of the 21st century, wanting to send men to space as if they were just a simple trip on the airplane. Musk has and will impact mankind, just as Leonardo da Vinci did 500 years ago.
To me, figures like Isabella d'Este inspire me to become a better scholar and better leader, and to embrace my creative side too. Isabella was a charismatic political leader and powerful voice for women in the Renaissance. She began public speaking and debate when she was just a teen and got to meet incredibly powerful people through that. In the same way, I'm beginning public speaking and I've gotten some pretty cool opportunities because of it. This year I placed in state for the Voice of Democracy competition, and I was able to meet the governor and many other intelligence students all throughout the state of Texas because of that. Isabella also supported the arts and even sketched out ideas and pictures that she got famous painters to paint. I too support art and culture through sketching, dancing, theater, studying about art, and listening and practicing music.
As the world changes and advances by the minute, it's not a surprise that we see recurring themes throughout history in our everyday lives. Moments like the Protestant Reformation and Italian Renaissance brought out some of the greatest leaders and innovators, whose ideas and contributions to culture continue to inspire and motivate the world around us. Now, these leaders and innovators follow in their footsteps to leave a lasting impact on the world and the generations to come.